Welcome back to God Family Country. Today we're going to be looking at The Chosen. I'm sure everybody's excited about The Chosen, and we're going to be seeing what it's doing in the theaters. They're going on all the major news networks, and they're being received pretty well, and people are really liking The Chosen. Some people don't. Everybody's got their reason to love or hate it. I happen to like The Chosen, and if you're probably listening to this or watching my reactions, it's probably because you like it too. For me, the reason why I like it is it does have its creative arm where it kind of reaches out and tries to fill in the gaps. I think it does so respectfully. Some people would call that all types of things, and some people are okay with it. And I don't really get involved in the legalism of it. I just see if it's disrespectful or misleading. So as far as I can tell, I haven't seen anything disrespectful or misleading yet. I'm also not looking for a conspiracy under every rock, corner, and nook, as a lot of people are. It takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of time. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm here for is for those who love The Chosen, maybe never heard of The Chosen, and want to kind of look at. So Chosen is in season 4. It came to theaters February 1st. And let's see what it did in the box office. I just wanted to take a look real quick here. So season 4 right here, The Chosen season 4 hits big at the box office. It looks like they did 7.37 million. Of course, this is February 6th. We're almost 2 weeks later than that. I've been searching online. I didn't see a lot of publicity, as to be expected, where you're trying to get numbers. I'll try to get some better numbers later. I even went over to IDMB, and they were showing season 3. So I wasn't able to get the numbers how I wanted to get them. But I did give you guys some preliminary. So, hey, they've already probably, it looks like they've brought in close to 10 million. And they're going to do another release of a couple of more episodes, I believe. And that's going to be episodes 4 through 6 are going to be in theaters 2 days ago. So we should have some numbers on that as well. So they're doing good, like all the other installments. All we had before this a lot of times was very old, besides the Passion of the Christ, which was, focused, they had to fit it all in and read the subtitles. It was a beautiful movie. I really liked the movie. We had something like this that's never really been done before, and now it has, and I couldn't be happier. What I really like about it is, when you're reading the red letters and going through the New Testament, it kind of just builds that out and allows your imagination to imagine what it's like to watch Jesus in that time and how it might have looked, right? And I think that's beautiful because it opens up to our faith, and it kind of opens up who Jesus is as a person. And I personally like that. And it has actually deepened my faith. It hasn't altered my faith. It hasn't made me feel negative in any type of way. It really has opened some things for me, which I have reacted to, especially the meeting on the rooftop. And that's the John 3:16. You guys can go check that out and look at it. I've already reacted to it. It's pretty cool. So let's get into this, right? I'm kind of talking, and we need to move on. All right. So this is when they're going to bring us, when you guys are going to go to the theater. What they're saying is, see how this scene ends February 1st. So season 4 seems that this is a teaser, and if you go and watch the movie, you will see how this ends. And this is where Jesus is having a conversation with the Pharisees. And let's see what that looks like back then, and let's take a look at how that looks like today.
You Pharisees, you cleanse the outside of a cup and the dish, and then you eat and drink food that goes into a body that inside is full of greed and wickedness. You fools! Did not he who made the outside...
You can see that a lot in society today as well. I always try to relate to today's times as well, because I think that's important. You know, we put on our church clothes. I've heard, who was it? It was Kat Von D who said, you know, Christians, they all look the same, which there's nothing wrong with people liking a certain style or, but what she was saying by that is, you know, we're all clean on the outside. We all look the same or appropriate. All those boxes are checked off, and we fit the mold, which there is no, you know, certain way you need to dress inside the church as long as it's respectful, which we don't really need to get into. That's kind of common sense for the most part. I know you guys are thinking right now, well, and I got you. There's some wells everywhere, you know, and everybody's in a different point in their life and in their walk, and I'm not excusing that. So what we're looking at here is seeing where Jesus is saying, hey, you guys are so focused on the outside, washing, and you're not focused on the inside, the heart matter. And that's why Jesus came and preached love a lot, because we always found a way to not like each other. So let's keep watching this. I'm going to rewind it a little bit too. Just want to hear that again.
And the dish, and then you eat and drink food that goes into a body that... You Pharisees, you cleanse the outside of a cup and the dish, and then you eat and drink food that goes into a body that inside is full of greed and wickedness.
So back then, to say this, they're looking like, who is talking to the Pharisees like this? Because the Pharisees walked around like the spiritual bully, like the religious bully. And they could make your life hard. They could get you in trouble. They had incredible influence and power. You may know some people. How would we look at that today in the churches? That, you know, it seems like humans have always been super cliquey, where they build, you know, this fraternity around who's who and who's not. And what I love about Jesus is, he's not interested in the fraternity. He's interested in the people, the heart of it. And this is beautiful right here, because he's checking them. He's saying, hey, you guys are so focused on the outsides and all these legalistic things. You guys not seeing the insides that are dirty and filthy. Let's listen on.
You fools! Did not he who made the outside make the inside also?
That part.
But give as alms those things that are within, and behold, everything is clean for you.
Are you saying giving alms is more important than being ritually clean?
I'm saying that your obsession with what is clean and...
See, they're always trying to trick Jesus right there. He's saying, are you saying alms is... And so what they're saying is, you guys are so focused on the tea of things that you're missing the whole point of this relationship with God, because you're just so focused on the rules. It's not that the rules don't apply. Jesus is saying, but you're focused on the rules. You're not even focused on God. You're not even focused on the community of God. And I really love this.
But Joseph...
We tithe everything so the poor can benefit, down to the smallest plants grown in our gardens.
And to that I say, woe to you Pharisees! You tithe mint and dill and cumin, measuring carefully the last speck, while neglecting what is actually important of the law: justice and mercy.
Justice and mercy. In these times where, you know, Christians are being attacked, Christians are being, I guess, sometimes framed in the light of, not framed as in set up, but sometimes yes, but I mean put in a light of that we're attacking as well. When we're trying to protect our faith, we have a bunch of people that believe in God and are trying to interact with people in multiple types of ways, you know, through the media, through these new outlets, and it doesn't always go well. You can see right here that God is saying, hey, like what we want is I require mercy and justice. So you're giving people mercy at times, and you're doing what's just, what's right, as well. And some that looks different and totally different ends of the spectrum. Where sometimes, you need to imagine yourself and where you were at in your walk with God, and then also you need to not be so diluted, where things are going on in the body of Christ, where people are saying, "Hey, I'm active, I'm on, I'm all in," and there's just this disconnect of what's actually should be happening and what's happening.
And faithfulness. You blind guides, straining out an gnat while swallowing a camel. Look at these people. What have you done to help them?
We have taught them how to observe God's perfect law, while you actively defy and break and encourage others to deviate from it.
Interesting. Trying to tell God that he's trying to tell God that he is denying his own law, but he has no idea because that pride is there. And that's really interesting because, the Torah speaks of Jesus coming, this prophet. And when they came, it was a problem. And if you look back in biblical history, this is a reoccurring theme where pride will get in the way and there'll be issues. Let's continue watching on.
All of you! This man is dangerous! He's leading you astray!
His words bring hope and healing.
His words are blasphemous,
Then
heretical!
I say woe to you,
and
Pharisees, for you'll have the best seat in the synagogues and greetings in the marketplaces.
Take it back. Right now. Recant your insulting words.
Oh, I am just getting started.
When you think about how big God's ministry was, he was absolutely just getting started. Look where we're at today as believers. You can see that Jesus was definitely getting started, and this is an awesome way to see how this scene ends. If you guys already seen how this scene ends, go ahead and comment in below, but don't spoiler it. I mean, you can read the Bible and see how it ends. The funny thing is this show keeps you on the edge of your seat, but you already know how it ends.